Hello.
Very angry.
Hello, everybody. Let's just stop him for a second. Welcome to you, Kenny and I. Here we are in Creighton Hall here in Embleton, a place recommended by you guys. Hollywood McShane, Tony is behind the camera, and this place, Mandell Creighton, a man who was here for 9 years, a religious man who went on to become Bishop of Durham. Not Bishop of Durham, Bishop of London, even better.
Yeah,
better and bigger. He wrote books. He was an intellectual. He came to Embleton because Embleton had this reputation for being a nightmare. It was full of sinners, he said. All of the men were heavy drinkers that slapped their women about. A lot of the people that worked in local collieries or on the fishing boats were rough and ready, and every second word was a sweary. And he said he was determined to come here and make a difference. And he made a massive difference to the place.
Put the mic on. Your mic. It's on the chair.
Oh, that's a good idea. Sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Schoolboy error.
It is absolutely schoolboy error. Anyway, we're here because there's been various stories of ghost hunting groups that have said that a suitcase with mementos of a caretaker was found in the attic. Now, the attic rooms are inhabited as it stands, so we have to be aware of that. But where we are here, it goes right the way to the roof. There's nothing above our heads. We're on the main stage, and it's moving shadows on this stage, apparently, that are most commonplace. Strange noises have been heard. I've got reports of ghost stories linked to this place, not immediately current, but the story of people who wear military uniforms. Now, this might be the same spirit that other people have witnessed, but there is one story of a man called Thomas Harmer who came here in 1918. He'd been across the road at the church and he saw there was some kind of do happening here. The garden outside here had people drinking and eating cakes and sandwiches. They were raising money to keep the war going, for the war effort. And this was in May of 1918, not long before the war would actually end. And he came across from the church, just nebbing really, just to have a look and see what was happening. And while he was in the garden, he looked through the window into the hall and he saw his neighbour's son, a man called Richard Dickinson. If you have a look on military websites of those that we lost in the First World War from Embleton, Richard Dickinson. Dicky, he was known as, Dicky Dickinson. And Harmer saw this lad in his Northumberland Fusiliers uniform in the hall. So he went, oh, hey, excuse me. And he went into the hall, and surrounded by a whole load of people was this man. And he came up to him, and when he got up to him, he went straight through him. Other people in the hall apparently gasped, and the figure disappeared. And he said, I've known this boy all my life. It was Dicky Dickinson. I presumed he was home from the war. What he didn't know was that on that exact day that he saw him, and he went straight home and knocked on the neighbours and said, never guess what I've just seen. And his family didn't understand. How did, of course, you couldn't have possibly seen him. About 3.5 weeks later, they get a telegram to say that on that very day that he saw him here at Creighton Hall was the day he was shot dead. And on some of the battles that didn't need to be fought, because in all intents and purposes, the war was over. But even so, he lost his life. He's on the church rota, you know, in the monuments. Dicky Dickinson. He came back home. And he came here. He didn't go to his house. He came here. Nobody knows why, but he was clearly seen. So whether Dicky shows up tonight, who knows? We've got all of our kit. Suki's with us. Suki's been poorly, but we can fix him up. We've also got Bad Baby, who showed himself for the first time. He actually... Let's see if we can just... There you go. And we have a number of traps. Suki responds. We've got balls in various rooms. But first of all, I think the thing that we should maybe do is just take a look. Shall we have a quick look around?
Lots to see here. Big hall.
It's a huge hall. And let's necromance when we start. The necromancer has, in recent weeks and months, been an amazing bit of kit.
This hall reminds me of Thurston.
It does a bit.
It does, doesn't it?
Don't know whether we'll be as lucky. Go for it, mate.
Oh, yeah, I'll go for it. In the dark.
Beautiful. Just heard a voice say, oh, just for, you know, so. We got a moving curtain, Tony.
Isn't any wind in here?
No.
That curtain definitely moved there.
Oh, look.
Yeah, it's definitely moved.
Look.
Yeah, you can see that moving. Have you seen it move?
I know.
There, not. But that one did.
Is anyone with us? I think we should maybe set up in here first.
Yeah.
Say again?
You put the balls along the stage.
Yeah.
Seven? It sounds like it's seeing a lot of sevens.
7. Is that what you're talking about? 7? Thank you. You're welcome. Say again?
Just because it's got a light on the bottom.
I don't know. Is it switched on? Yeah, there's a wire that's just come out of it, so you just got to be a bit careful with it tonight. See again? The ball was flashing in the other room. Come on down, Kenny.
I don't want it.
Bad baby's still where we left him. If there's anyone with us, please give us your name.
Some holders if you want them. You know the holders? Honestly, it was just flashing away. It was just going mad in the other room.
What's your name? Give me your name.
I'm sure it said Creighton there.
Kraton. That's amazing if they did.
I think it did, Joe.
Really? If anybody can confirm that, play it back.
I said Creighton there.
Right,
I did?
I did. So someone said Kraton. Is there anybody then? Give me your name. I want your name. What was your name? Doug. Doug.
Well done. Quite a few different voices there.
I know there's a lot of.
Yeah, but like accents that you never heard before.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the people that came to this hall back in the day, and the police were called here all the time for big battles and riots in this room. I know.
Let's have a conversation, yeah.
Did you come here from Whitstone? Who else is there? Give me more names. Do you have a message for someone? Come on, show us. If there's someone here, we have plenty of ways for you to show us.
Attitude. Proper attitude.
I know, isn't it?
Come on then.
Dicky Dickinson, are you there? Dicky? That was a very distinct voice, isn't it? Quite a slightly posh voice too. Say again?
We're going to shock you.
Yeah? So whatever's here said it's going to shock us. Well, shock us.
There's a footstep.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Tony?
I did. And again.
Now, this is not where the people live upstairs, because that's on the other side. And that came from down there. There's like a little room where they keep chairs and tables and stuff. If there's anything here... Oh! Hello! Well, hang on. Let's take the necromancer.
Oh, went up there. Oh, I don't like it in here. I don't like it in here.
Wonder what they are. Are they croquet?
Yeah. Over the way.
All right, I see.
Yes. Oh, I don't like it in this room.
This looks like it's some kind of extension as well.
Yeah.
brick building. You see the old original.
Isn't it? Degrees cold there.
Yes, it is, absolutely.
Oh, I don't like this room. No. I don't like this room. Horrible feeling in it. I don't know why.
Want to spend some time in it?
Not really.
What was that?
There's a table moved there, but there's no table there.
There couldn't be any. There's no. Well, there's stacked tables. You heard a table move.
Table, but yes, like on its legs. Uneven.
Come on, show yourself. If you're here. It's early doors.
Oh, it is.
It's early doors.
You're going to shock, will you? Okay.
Take a bit to shock us. So come on. Show us what you've got. If you're going to make a noise, make a noise. What I'm going to do is switch this off for now. Because we will be able to properly hear the necromancer now. So let's give it the chance to do itself. I'm going to put this next to Suki. If there's anything here, if there's anyone here, just talk to us. If there's anything here at all, if you're here in spirit, you would honor us with your presence, and all you have to do is let us know that you're there. Talk to us. Come on. Let us know you're here.
Do something. There's something in this room.
Kenny's absolutely feeling something in this
Definitely.
room here. Was that you, Tony?
No, that was a proper bang.
Did you hear that bang?
That was a proper bang.
We're both in that room. Kenny's certain there's something in this room. I heard that. I thought that was
you know when you get a feeling when you go in somewhere and you just go, wow, hairs on the back of your neck go straight up and you think, nah.
Yeah. There's what?
This what?
Oh, Kenny, there's a place for you to go.
Where?
Come in, I'll show you.
Oh my God. How did you find that?
Wasn't locked. That'll be what the stairs lead to. Yeah.
Yeah. Right then. In you go, Kenny, and I'll shut the door for you.
Good. Oh my God.
And you go, son.
Hang on, let's have a look at this.
Off you go.
Oh my God. It's got.
Watch out for the spiders and the rats.
Oh, don't.
It's all right, mate.
Oh, nah.
Oh, they got a lock on these doors as well. That's good.
This is not nice, whatever it is.
Never mind. Oh, hello. Oh.
Yeah. I think maybe when you slammed the door after.
Oh, that daft. Well, why didn't they go off? Surely that would have gone off. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Although they're still going, Tony.
Yeah.
Well, I put the snack on so you can't interrupt us. Let's show you the rest of this building where we're here. Oh, that's the toilets. So that's obviously. Is that the way out too? Right. So it is. You come out here and this is just a little kitchen. Very modern, very new. Not much to see in there. Netties, stage, backstage, disabled toilet, our little setting area where we've got a few bits and pieces. you come along here, and this is the woman's room. Now, this place was built in 1903 at a time when the suffragettes were kicking up a fuss, trying to get any kind of parity, any kind of justice for women. And ahead of their time, they opened this room. This was the woman's room here. This was a social club, and it had a woman's room, it had a billiards room, it also had another room that had newspapers that they got like 3 days later, but it gave people a chance to read a newspaper because nobody could afford to buy one. They were far too expensive. And yet ordinary men could come from working in collieries, from working in, there was a mill not too far from here. They were labourers, farm labourers, men that worked on the fishing boats that had absolutely nothing going for them. And yet the women of the area had this place, and there was no men allowed in this room. A little bit later on, I'm going to put the necromancer on and see if we can get some female responses from this place. And let's close off the curtains as well. Get a little bit more atmosphere in here. If this is the place for the ladies, let's be discreet, shall we? There you go. This is a place I'd love to necromance in this place. Don't know whether these lead anywhere. Oh, just cupboards really. Probably the same at the other side. Yeah, books. Probably books from the original library. And not everybody could even read back in those days. But this was the women's room. Let me show you what the posh men had to... They had another room down here that had the newspapers in it. But the room that everybody wanted to get into, this is a small room that's now being used as a photographic studio, or being allowed in thanks to them. But this room here, my goodness, look at this place. What was the name of that TV show that's got features this?
The Red King?
The Red King.
Something like that.
And it's on one of the...
Alibi.
Alibi, she said.
So the filming, yeah.
Absolutely. And this, of course, look at that. The bays. And yet this place would be the thought that anybody, you know, who came from nothing would have the chance to play billiards on something the size of this. Did you hear that?
Knock.
There was just a knock there. But for those people who had nothing, the thought of being able to come in a room like this and play billiards like the rich and famous did. And they did. And they were rough houses. This looks so genteel. And look, you know, they've got the square and that to sweep the cloth, and they would come here and they'd rack them up and play games together. And these were people, a lot of the people that worked locally were itinerant workers, people that couldn't get a job anywhere else because they were too rough and ready. And they would come to a place like this, and ultimately a fight would ensue. But the idea behind this building was to lift people up. And I think that's a great thing. I think it's a great thing. Fireplace has been bricked up, but that would have had a roaring fire, and the other people would come and they'd sit up on one of these and they'd watch. Oh, that's a cannon. Oh, good shot, Billy. You can imagine. And right the way around, it'll be full, because you got to remember, little Embleton didn't have an awful lot going for it. You were either in here free, or you're in a pub that you can't afford to buy beer from.
It seemed to all of a sudden started making a noise, that clock.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Right next to me. And then the clock starts ticking.
I know, ticking really loud.
But that wasn't ticking before.
No, I've never heard it. It starts going really loud.
And I got that big noise just over here. Right. All of these rooms are going to need necromancing. There's no question about it. I'm also going to be telling you an amazing story about this place and the Titanic. This building is on a road called Stead Road. Stead was a newspaper man. He was born in Embleton, and he became one of the greatest and most innovative newspaper people in Britain. Now, this man was not just a newspaper man, he was also a very, very keen spiritualist, and he absolutely believed in ghosts. He teamed up with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, no less, the man who wrote all of the Sherlock Holmes books. There's something there, Tony.
Yeah.
It's like somebody sitting down. Well, that scratchy noise was me, but the other noise wasn't. So anyway, he starts hanging out with the rich and famous, leading newspaper man, handy to know if you're well connected. So he starts going around to seances with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. We're getting bangs and noises, and I've just remembered I left Kenny locked under the stage. I think we better, but we'll come back. I'm sure.
You go that way, I think there's a door there. In the corner, that was never. We'll go back through that way.
Is that right?
I think.
Oops. Oh. How did you get out?
I just pushed the doors. You need to go in there, though. There's like a white movement.
A white what?
Like a white, pale movement, and then an orb, then noises, bang, scraping. But like, definitely when you're in there, it's, your eyes, once they focus, there's a whiteness that moves around.
A whiteness, not a darkness, a whiteness.
Nah, it's a white, like pale. Not white even, it's like a pale.
My phone, look. You see how it's lit? It was switched off. Oh, and what's that?
Oh, that's from the doors. That was in the lock.
Oh,
bit.
right.
I had that switched off.
I don't know if your back will be all right nearly, but it's weird. There's a paleness.
We will go in there, but come with us because we've just been having all kinds of stuff.
Right, take a ball.
Take a couple, take the other one. Take two.
Ooh.
Leave Sucky where he is.
Okay, where down here?
No.
Oh, there. Go on. What did you get here?
Now, just explaining how Stead, well, we're on his road, MT Stead's road.
Right.
And, oh, here we are. Now, I sat up on here, and there was noises of people sitting down next to me.
No.
So, sit.
The ball was going off in here all the time before.
Sit on one of these.
I mean, it's actually going off in here.
Do it.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
There was a step there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There? There was a cough.
There was a cough and a footstep. Look behind you, Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Tony,
Yeah. Balls is good.
are you catching it?
Yeah.
So the story for you guys at home, this guy Stead, whose road we're on, the road's named after him, a very rich and famous newspaper man,
Right.
teamed up with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle to go to seances all over Britain to disprove them, really.
Right.
And he disproved many. He believed in spirit writing and spirit photography.
Oh, right.
So he would travel all over the place looking for that kind of thing. And he got on board ship in Southampton to go to see the American president, Howard Taft. And the ship he got on was the Titanic. And this is where it gets weird, because he strongly believes in ghosts.
That was there.
I got that as well, just there. Like somebody
Just sat
standing
down.
up or sitting down.
Yeah.
Listen,
There.
listen, shush. Voices,
I can hear a clock ticking.
it's there.
Oh, right.
But it didn't tick. And then
It went really loud.
Really loud?
Yeah, well, just before.
Did it?
Really loud.
it wasn't making any noise, and then it just started ticking. But this guy is on board the Titanic in the ballroom, surrounded by dozens and dozens of people, telling them ghost stories, because he absolutely believed, and he'd had experiences, he'd seen ghosts himself. He had no doubt they were real. Now, with respect to that, he was in the process of telling them the story of the cursed mummy in a London museum. There's voices.
Yeah, there's voices. And that's went loud again.
Yeah, and the clock just suddenly... Oh, that's me. So he's telling this story about the cursed mummy, and the ship jolts because the iceberg had just hit. Now, this is where this whole thing is super spooky, and the fact that we can be in a hall associated with him on his road, because this is a place he'd been to many, many times. This guy is on the Titanic. A survivor was asked, "Did you see Mr. Stead while you were getting off the ship?" And he says, "Oh, yes. He was helping women into the boats. He fought with one man to stop other men taking the place for women. Women were trying to get on, and some men were panicking and trying to get on. So he was doing all the right things." And he said, there's one report that says, "We were in one of the lifeboats, and Stead and a member of the..." Have you heard? Did you hear that? That was just...
Somebody next to you there.
I know. But I was hearing voices through there.
How are you getting the story and it keeps on?
So anyway, he's in the water. He's in the water. He's not in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So
So they named him as well, so they even said...
yeah, they said that Mr. Stead was in the... But he wasn't alone. He was in the water with a member of the Astor family. You heard the Astors?
Yeah.
Very, very wealthy, multi-millionaire family. And Lord Astor... Lord Astor the Fourth was in the water with him, and they were holding onto the side of the boat, and it was said that they wanted to get in the boat, but they believed the boat would capsize if they did. So they stayed in the water until their feet and legs froze solid.
That's somebody talking.
You must be able to hear that.
I heard it. That's somebody just talking outside, surely.
That was me. Yeah, there's somebody outside on the phone. That was full on. Right, so anyway, Asta and Stead are in the water. Their legs and feet froze stiff. And Stead said to Asta, this is what a witness said, I think we'll have to do the decent thing. And Asta said, I think you're right. Terribly genteel and terribly British. And they let go. And they died in the sea. Now, let's make it creepier. 10 years before he got on board the Titanic, Stead's mother in Embleton, he came back, he had a visit. They apparently came to a church do. I don't think it was here, but it was just outside the door because the Trinity Church is just outside. And his mother said, you be careful now, son, because I know how you're going to die. 10 years before he got on the Titanic, his mother said, I know you're going to drown. I know you're going to drown, so just try and avoid water if you can. And he laughed, and he said, big beardy, strong man. Course I will, mother, like you would. And he drowned. Let's make it weirder. About 15 years before he died, he published in his newspaper a new book that had just come out, and he put the story out in weekly episodes. And it was about a ship called the Majestic. This is long before the Titanic. A ship called the Majestic that the people who built it said was unsinkable. And the Majestic hit an iceberg. And the ship sank. And there weren't enough lifeboats on board for the
What the hell was that?
Whistle or something, wasn't it?
What the hell was that? That was like a...
Now, I've had voices inside. We heard that was a guy outside.
That was in here.
But
That was in here,
That was definitely in here.
that was in here.
That was like a... Didn't they have ship's whistles?
Yes,
That's what that was like.
a ship's
Do
whistle.
you know, like a little...
Yeah. But anyway, just to finish up the story, the ship sank. The story of the Majestic, the unsinkable ship that didn't have enough lifeboats, and they even counted the number of people that died, and it was within 20 of what actually died when the Titanic sank. Now, let's make it creepier again. About 11 years after Stead had drowned in the North Atlantic, in that frozen sea, horrible way to go, his daughter decided she didn't believe in ghosts, she didn't believe in spirits. But she asked the leading medium of the day if she would hold a seance and try and contact her dad. And her dad came through and gave the story of what happened. Him releasing his hands from the boat. I think it's time we did the decent thing. The fact that Asta was next to him. Now, she hadn't heard any of this. She just knew he was lost at sea. Right. And then when that report made the newspapers, one of the survivors that had been in the boat confirmed the whole thing. And there's no way that anybody could have known. And it all came out because of the seance. Now, that's just a side issue to this place. Yeah. And we've had a ship's whistle, talking, knocking, banging, and people sitting next to it.
Do you know the story of the cat of the Titanic as well? The cat.
Is this going to be a Kenny joke?
No, it's not a joke. It's true. Honestly, it's
tell me the cat story.
The cat was on the board of Titanic. The engineer was looking after it. The cat had kittens. And it was in a lovely warm place in the engine room. So dead comfortable. He looked after it and fed it. Had kittens. Before it set sail, the mother cat, got each kitten, picked it up, walked down the gangplank, took it off. That was weird. Took it off the gangplank. Each kitten, there was 5 of them.
Right.
Went back again all the way, got the other one off for a nice warm place where they were getting fed and everything, took them all off, then she got off as well and just stayed there and didn't go back on the boat just before it set sail.
Wow.
I forgot the cat's name, but it's got a name and it's well
Right,
documented.
right.
Took all these kittens off,
Wow.
you know, before it set sail. So as if it had a sixth sense and thought.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah. But the Titanic's a magical, you know, even the name of it is quite something.
As soon as you hear Titanic, 1912 and everything, you just go,
Yeah. But what an amazing link to this building.
isn't it? What the hell?
We've had a lot of bangs in here, mate. This is beyond
It is a bit.
common sense, isn't it?
There's just noises all the time.
And the thing is, even if you don't move, so you know, first of all,
I'm not moving.
you can move and it doesn't make any sound.
That clock is going to go. And this was the men's room.
Yeah, but billiards in the next door where the
So women weren't allowed in this room.
no, and this was rowdy and
Yeah.
shouty and people
Imagine.
cheering for.
Have you noticed how much bigger this room is than the ladies' room? What? What?
We got a necromancer in here as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll go and get it.
now.
I'll go and get it. If I can remember where the hell I'm going. Without a word of a lie, as soon as I walked into,
That was good.
that was going,
Yeah.
but there was also, just sit down, pick one, Kenny. Yeah, do. As soon as I went in the hall, there was a huge bang. Look at this.
Bang in the hall as well.
There was a bang, almost like a door slam. So there's stuff. Oh, I said necromancer. The only thing I haven't brought is the necromancer. Yeah. Where the hell am I going? Anything? Oh, I went back in that hall. As soon as I went in the hall, again, second time, hair on the back of your neck. There's something in that hall.
Something in there because that corner. I don't like that corner.
Right, let's Suki?
Suki? Said Suki. I thought I said Suki before. I wasn't sure.
Did you hear that? Terror. I'm hearing bangs in here.
I keep hearing 7.
7. Why 7?
I don't know. Could be the future. They know a score that they get on billions or whatever.
Give me a name.
7's the highest score on snooker.
On billiards. It's the black, yeah.
The black, you get 7 for the black.
7 again.
Ah, right. You get 7 for the black, that's a top.
We had. Give me some names. Give me some names. Doug. I've had Doug twice. Who else is with us? Give us some names. Give me some more names. I want names. Names I can work with. Do you have a message for anybody? If so, who? Tracy. Got a message for Tracy? Or are you Tracy? No. Give me a name. Doug. What do you do? What were you doing? What was your job, Doug? Did you hear that? Like somebody moving furniture? Check that mirror as well, Tony, while you're there. Oh, I beg your pardon. I see, sorry. Oh!
That was a big noise. Fred. That was Fred.
We got a Fred. Thank you, Fred. Wire. Wire. Give me a name. Got another bang there. He knows. Did you hear that? A female voice said he knows. I don't know. Who are you? Tell me who you are. Tell me what you do. Tell me what your job is. What's that? It is cold in here.
No, it's when before. It's when cold.
Fred. Getting a Fred again. Fred. He knows. Twice. Female voice. He knows.
And they're going to shock us, remember?
Shock me then.
Yeah, shock us, come on.
Tell me a little bit about you. What did you do?
Shock us with something.
Who did you work for? Did you work for the colliery?
Shock us.
Did you hear that again? I mentioned Fred and I said, what was your job? And he said, wood.
Wood, right.
But that's Fred. Still got to work out Doug yet.
You go.
He knows, you know.
Yeah.
What do I know? Just the women. Give me your names. Is there a woman there? Yes. What's her name? The ball didn't go up, but there was. Well, hang on. I think they're separate. You know, they're separate entities. I think if you maybe did that, it would go. Or maybe not. No. It's hard to tell with this, so
Ah, you did?
I'll knock this off just for the moment. Already, sheepers, we've done nothing yet. We've done nothing yet.
You definitely got knocked back there.
We've got some amazing stories, and we haven't touched on the soldier that's supposed to be here. We mentioned Dicky Dickinson, but Dicky, or at least another soldier, has been witnessed by dozens of.
That's me put the ball on.
What the hell? It's still going.
Look
And
at that. Look, that is just moving.
Oh, Sucky's going as well. So the ball's gone off and Sucky's gone off.
But the ball was moving.
The ball's still going, look.
It's still going and it was moving.
Uh-huh.
Come on then.
What the hell?
Come on then.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, there's a bang there as well. That
It's
ball.
this one here.
Look.
It's
Look.
still going.
What the hell, man?
Is that Fred or is that Doug? Is it Doug?
Oh, Sucky as well.
Sucky's off.
Right. Look at that one. That's just not.
And the ball's
That's
going at the
just
same
stopped.
time.
It's just stopped.
Oh, it's back.
That, what the hell? And again.
You said Doug.
Yeah, that's twice now on cue.
Right, Tony, this is your chance for a change to talk to
Yeah,
the
go
spirit.
for it.
No, I just said, is that you then, Doug?
Just do it again for us, Doug. Come on. If that's you, make it happen. Make a noise. Show yourself. Frustrating. That was a breakthrough. But the
That
ball
ball.
was settled,
Yeah.
and then it started moving, and
Yeah.
we heard the like a rattling noise.
That was weird.
Did you whisper there?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
That was me. That was me.
I just heard the whisper.
That was me. What's that?
Split the screen.
What was
Oh.
that?
If you were doing
No, what's that?
What was it, Kenny?
Oh. I don't even know what I can describe that as. Like, so like exactly like that.
Did you hear that, Tony?
I heard something, but I'm not sure, because I was speaking at the time.
Right. Right, we're going to have to split the screen. We would love you to join us and follow us in the second half. I'm going down the hole. We also have to necromance the woman's room, which I know has got something. We're going to go and spend a bit of time in the room that Kenny's terrified of. And we've had all kinds in here. Yeah. And we're already halfway through, so please join us on the other half. It's 80 pence a week. It's nothing. You'll not miss it. Just book us in, rock us on, and you get 3 years worth of ghost hunts like that. And all the extra bits that we do. Tony, how do they do it? And do express it in simple terms.
All you do is go to the video description, there's a link, click the link, and all the part 2s are there. If you're not a supporter, you can join. Oh, there.
Oh, and Kenny. There's a ball, ball going off.
Ball, Sucky. Ball, Sucky. Noises.
Oh.
It's still going. Still going? Oh, blimey. That's amazing. Just going to have to be really super careful with Suki with his sore hand. Listen, did you hear that?
What was that there?
It's almost like the sound of furniture moving, or
That's what I got before.